So yes, they might talk in circles, but it's good to make sure that you listen to her, because if you don't listen, somebody else will. Now, women have to understand this, that men receive things, facts, straight to the point. So if he asks you what's for dinner, tell him what's for dinner. If he asks you what's for what, tell him, because if you're talking around in circles, it will discombobulate his mind, because he receives straight to the point. Now, communication damages each other by this. If a woman wants to express how she feels towards her man, but he's so focused on the game, then all of a sudden she feels at that moment that you care about the game more than you care about her. There has to come a balance in which you have to say, whatever I'm doing right now does not come before my family. It doesn't come before my spouse. But get TiVo. Record the game, because what she has to say is important. It might not be important to you, but it's important to her, which makes it important to you because you're one. What's important to her is important to you because you're one flesh. Just like what's important to him is important to her because y'all have joined together to become one. Now, women, you have to understand this. Men receive things straight to the point, like I said. The reason why a lot of good men are scared of women or scared of getting in relationships is because women have been brought up under their moms and aunts that have bad mouths. A man's fist hurts a woman, but a woman's words hurts a man. How you say things and how you present what you say through your lips can tear a man down. That's why, I don't care how upset you are, you have to guard your tongue. Because if you don't guard it, you would decapitate your man. You would decapitate the man and force him into a closet to close himself, and he will never want to express himself to you. This is the stuff that if we don't understand, it will destroy each other, because men don't want to talk to their wives because she cuts them down with her mouth. And a woman don't want to talk to her husband because the game is important. His fellas are important. His hobbies, his work is important. See how the communication brings confusion? Satan knows that with every type of communication, he has to implement confusion. Because where there's confusion, there's no clarity. So if he implements bad habits from a young age, it will distort the communication when a marriage is presented. That's why in order for us to, before we get good unions, we got to destroy all bad habits. Love can work, but it's up to you to work it. And we have to understand the differences of who we are. Now, observance is key. We can discern spirits, but it's hard for us to discern each other. So it's funny. The more that you deny yourself and observe your spouse or observe your fiance, observe her or observe him, the better you can understand to compensate for her need or his need. If we don't take the time to look, analyze, and draw ourselves into love with this person, we'll never be able to see clearly. Companionship is the joining through the attribute, through the force of love. Love is that thing that mends the two together. We have been building relationships through infatuation to the point to where we don't have that cord. Infatuation is as thin as a string. It can break. But when you have love, something that only God can birth, when those two come together, nothing can break the cord of love. But we can easily sever the cord of infatuation. If we bridge each other through infatuation, it will break. But when we have love, it will work. And love will compel you to work hard. Love will compel you to be patient. Love, that's why they say the greatest of these is love. Because through love, it will endure everything with that person because you love them. But if you don't love them, why do we have the audacity to say we love each other when we really don't? We, in love, will take the time to study each other. I love my wife, and I don't even know who she is. My love for her is building now because God is recreating me a new heart, and He's creating me a right spirit so that when I get into a relationship with her, I already loved you before I even knew I loved you. See, but when we build our lives so caught up on infatuation and how society comes, when we jump into a relationship, it's infatuation. It's not love. When we get into God, how we love God is how we're going to love our spouses. That's why God wants you to be single. Join with him. Be in companionship with him so that you will know what love is. He's our teacher. He will teach us what love is so that when we come together, I will understand you through how I understand God. That's why Satan draws us away from God, so we will never know what it is to love. We look for love in all the wrong places without going to the creator of love himself. Before you endeavor to get in any type of relationship, love God, because he'll teach you how to love her, how to love him before y'all even get together, because it will be that force inside of you that will say, baby, I will never cheat on you. Baby, I will love you through thick and thin because I love God through thick and thin. You cannot know how to love anyone until you first learn how to love God. And that's where we messed up. We lost our first love. How can we say I love my brother whom I see every day? How can I say I love God whom I can't see, but I can't love the person I see every day? Relationships destroy itself because it's contaminated. Anything that's contaminated, water was meant to purify. But if that water has any type of contaminants in it, it's not good for you. When love is contaminated with insecurities and lust, it will destroy it. Marriage will destroy anything that's contaminated. That's why when the priest entered into the holies of holies, he had to be holy. Because it wasn't due to his unholiness that killed him. It was due to how holy God was. So when you step into marriage, which is holy, if you have anything that's not been washed with God's blood, the holiness of marriage will destroy you. That's why we have to learn how to love each other. Love God before we even endeavor to love each other. So today, let's study love. Let's study to show ourselves approved. Let's practice how we want to perform when we brought together. Let's study the opposite sex. Let's study how she thinks. Let's study how he thinks so that when we come together, we already understand, because God understands everything. Love can work, but you gotta work it. What you know about God will help you better understand how to compensate for the delicate needs of a woman and how a woman ought to exhort and edify a man. See, some women think that they can't give a man no type of good words because, oh, that's stroking his ego. A man needs to know how much you respect him. That's why men, we don't care about what gifts you get us. We don't care about gifts. We care about what you have to say about us. How do you high us into your esteem? How do you see us? If you always decapitating us, we don't want nothing to do with you because you always saying something negative. And men, women want to know how much you love her through your embracing touch. How you not touch her sexually, but how you care about her. She don't care about what you got to say until she first know how much you care. The moment she feels insecure or unstable, she don't care what you got to present. See, we have to understand that a woman wants to be secure and stable. If she's insecure and unstable, she don't want to give you no sex. She don't want to give you nothing because she's not secure. Men likes to feel respected, honored, and high esteem. We want to be heard. We want to hear how you feel about us. We don't want no cards from you. Sorry about that. I talked so much that the video ran out of minutes. But I'm going to do a part 2 of this video because I have a lot more to say. But I done talked so much. So the next video we're going to talk about the different red flags in relationships. How to notice the red flags before you enter into a relationship. Because just like God can bring the right one, Satan can bring a counterfeit. And that counterfeit will derail you from ever connecting to the right person. But thank you for watching this video. I pray it has blessed you. Feel free to share. This is coming from my heart. I don't care if I never met you a day in my life. I care about you. That's why I do these videos. But feel free to share. If you have any questions that you want me to address, feel free to send me a message. Add me as a friend. My name is Joshua Ezzy. Feel free to check out my website, kingdometernity.com, and my blog, wetalkreal.blogspot.com. I have a lot more to say. That's why I'm doing a series of relationships. Let's walk this thing out together so that we can show the world that love works. Thank you for watching. Be blessed.